All right, we don't like to admit it, but guess what, people? We're getting older. We can try to fight it with creams and beauty products like I do diligently every night, but I am getting older, and so are you. We get a lot of advice on health and financial situations, but what about our emotional well-being? Well, we've got licensed psychologist Dr. Lauren Mason here from the Mind Spa South to help us out here. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me again.
Okay, so as we age, I mean, there's a lot of things that we're dealing with. We think that we're invincible, but there are going to be new health concerns and new living conditions, things like that. So how do we kind of stay focused and stay well in our mind?
The best thing we can do is not to underestimate the impact that change has on our emotional health.
Right.
Because, like you mentioned, we lose loved ones. Sometimes we have to move in with our children. Sometimes we have to move to long-term care facilities. And we underestimate exactly how that's impacting how we look at the world.
That's right. We've lived our lives, we've done it well, but then you think, I got this, but it is stressful.
Yeah, extremely so.
So why is it important at those points to pay attention to our emotional health?
Because as we age, we're more susceptible to physical problems like heart disease, diabetes, and such. And people who are in good mental health, who aren't suffering from anxiety or depression, or at least who are managing it, they have better treatment outcomes.
Yes.
But if you let your mental health slack, and I like to call it mental fitness, because you don't have to be ready to jump off a bridge to kind of be in a bad place.
Right.
But if you're not taking care of things,
the
maintenance, exactly. You don't take your medicine like you should, or you don't keep up a good exercise regimen, and all those things can impact your physical health.
And even a positive attitude can really affect how your treatments and how you live your life.
Most definitely.
I love that idea. All right, when you talk about immediate family members, you say communication is key. So if we are feeling stressed, should we be talking to everybody? Should we be talking to you?
To family members, to me, all of the above, exactly. Because people tend to have a lot of pride by nature, you know, and you don't want to be a burden on someone, so you say, I'm not going to let them know that this is bugging me, or that I'm really angry that I can't read as well as I used to because my cataracts are bothering me, or I can't move around my house. I don't want to ask someone to come over and do stuff for me. But in reality, you've got to let people know that you need help, because they can't help if you don't ask, and if you don't get the help you need, other parts of your life are going to slack.
And I can imagine, especially as the matriarch of the family, the pride really does play a big part. So is that something we could go see you about and maybe talk to a psychologist about?
Most definitely.
So how can we stay focused and really put that pride aside? You know, do you have like little tips for us to really kind of just be able to move forward and be okay with the aging process?
Mainly, it's self-acceptance, but before you accept yourself, you have to be aware of yourself and understand exactly what you're thinking and feeling at any given time, because at that point you can determine if your thoughts are rational or irrational, and if you need some help kind of setting them right.
Right, and I can imagine, don't isolate yourself, still get out there in your social circles, go out with your girlfriends, your grandkids, stay involved.
Absolutely.
All right, and speaking of going out, you have a special event. What's going on?
I'm having something called Staying Mentally Fit as You Age.
Okay.
And that's important because, as I mentioned earlier, as you age, you become more susceptible to other physical illnesses. And so I'm presenting down at Naples Regional Library on September 29th, and I'll be giving you some tips to manage yourself as you age.
So anyone should go there?
Anyone can go, but especially if you're someone who's caring for an older person, a loved one, then this is for you.
All right, how can we get a hold of you at the Mind Spa South?
www.mymindspa.net and 239-307-0886.
All right, Dr. Mason, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
All right, if you need to see this segment again, you can go to fox4morningblend.com. All right, warm up your wand, flicking wrist. The Ministry of Magic is going down. The secret is out. I've got the magical details of a Harry Potter festival. That's next.